Hey everyone, Sean here, and today in this video I wanted to do something a little different. I mean, other people do this on their channel too, but it's to show off their account on Genshin Impact, and thought I'd just show mine too, as my game, I guess, progresses on, from time to time and stuff. So I guess I'll do this for like every major update, maybe for like every new character that comes out, like Yaimiko, for example, that has come out recently. And she is still the most recent banner as I record this. So I actually did this before, specifically when Arataki Ito was out. But I did record the video, but I didn't get around to editing that because I just kind of got lazy or distracted by other stuff. And by the time I kind of like thought about it, it was already kind of like too late anyway. Like other stuff was coming out anyway. So thought I'd maybe do this, and hopefully I get around to edit this one and, kind of just show you guys what I got. So I do have my notes on my on my phone, so excuse me. But while I do that though, I did want to kind of talk about the latest update, which is the 3 realms or whatever it's called, where you pretty much like disperse the darkness of this part of Inkanomiya, and you kind of find out about the Bishop people, I guess. You definitely have to play the game to, find out about the story. And I think it's pretty fascinating, of what gets unfold in that story. So pretty revelating, and you start to kind of think about certain things when you have that in mind. So I thought that whole thing was pretty cool because it's a nice way to distribute the event for people who just want to get it done in one go, unlike all the other events that have been time gated. Usually every time you would play these events, it's always like, oh, you just play this for this at a time, and then, oh, but you have to wait for part 2 until like 4 days or something like that. Things like that will hinder the experience, I think, especially for those who have work, who are very busy, and who just want to just get it all in one go or over the weekend, pretty much, because you can pretty much finish all those parts over the weekend. And yeah, unfortunately that wasn't the case, but here you have plenty of time, and it's all kind of just thrown out there in one go. So I thought that was a really good thing to do, and I actually like doing it because just how much exploration there was to do, how much treasure there was to do, how much like just stuff there is, and you get a free weapon out of it too. So which is, I do have it right here right now on Yaimiko, which I'll get to later on. But I just wanted to get that out there, get my thought out there. That was a pretty good event. I think they need to do more of that in that fashion, not just like time gate it, but just throw out everything in one go and just have everyone be able to do it at their own leisure, right, with plenty of time to do. So anyway, on my list here, I did want to show off Official because she was on the banner as one of the 4 stars, and I actually managed to get all her constellations now. So pretty cool, because that one, let's see, it increases the duration of Oz's presence by 2 seconds, and additionally performs joint attacks with your active character when present, dealing 30% of Official's 30% attack. So pump up that attack and you'll definitely get that going. I think she was C3 at here before I pulled on the banner, and I got the rest of these. Yeah, pretty good character still, I think. People have been saying that she's a really good battery and stuff like that for people like Yaimiko, along with Raiden Shogun, of course. But if you don't have Raiden Shogun, you can use Official definitely, and maybe slap in Kujo-Sara finally to help up her crit damage and stuff like that, if you have all her constellations, which I definitely do right here. Oops. Which increases her crit damage by 60%, which is really good if you buff them up with the Tengu Jurai. So that's very good if you have her well built and all that stuff. Which for a lot of the units on my end, they are not fully built, unfortunately, but I've gotten a sample of it, and it's very good when it all lines up and stuff like that. But yeah, official has been fully constellationed, so it has all the constellations. So I got to at some point start building official because she's still a pretty good unit. At one point, I think she was the best unit, like period. At some point before people got to know the game more and more. But I remember she was like really high up there and very popular at some point. But she kind of fell off a little bit, but she's still a good unit. So especially as a 4-star. Up next, during the banner polls, let me see, where's Jean? The reason I brought up Jean is because I actually got another constellation of her during the initial one, so I lost the 50 pity there, unfortunately. But that's okay, but because that meant that Yamika was pretty much guaranteed at that point. But this one's kind of cool. Pulling speed of Gale Blade is faster. Oh yeah, so it's essentially stronger, I guess, and then increases the damage by 40%. So yeah, for those who really like the skill or whatever, then that's cool and all, but definitely not needed because she's all about, to me, she's all about the healing. So, but I guess it is pretty nice. So nothing much else, but I do like the outfit on her. So I just been rocking that for a good while now, or a short while, ever since it came out. And then these are my artifacts at the moment. Not the greatest when it comes to like substats, but it's something. So yeah, so I don't have all of them leveled up either, so it's so hard to like really get a grasp on like who should I like build next or level up next and stuff like that. So this is a lot of things to do with so little resin at the moment. They really need to up the ante with that soon, since there's like more and more stuff coming out later down the line. But yeah, so anyway, I got C1 Jean, so not too bad, but I wish I got Yamiko from the get-go. But hey, I mean, building my way up to the next constellation, I guess, which is when Jean picks up an elemental particle, all members have their movement speed and attack speed increased by 15% for 15 seconds. Okay, that's kind of neat, especially for the DPS side of things. But again, I mean, that's something I don't need personally. Like, oh my god, this is amazing. But probably something like this would be amazing, which is C4. And then this one sounds amazing as well. But I think C0 Jean is just fine. I mean, if you get her along the way, then great. More constellation along the way, then great. But I don't think that's something to really chase for, in my opinion. Because she's just fine, I think, as is on my account. Up next on my checklist here is Toma. I managed to get more of Toma this time around, which is actually awesome. I almost got C6 Toma, which I think will really bring him out at that point. When a Blazing Barrier is obtained or refreshed, the damage dealt by all party members' normal charge and plunging attack is increased by 15%. So extra damage, really cool for the DPS units, of course. So he's a full out through and through a support unit. So this one, yeah, all these ones are really neat. You get more energy and stuff like that. So I definitely need to work on my energy recharge to really make that effective. But now at the moment, I don't really have Toma well built at the moment. You know, again, it's just so hard to like just pick and choose who to like level up and stuff like that. But these are my artifacts for right now. Again, not the greatest on Toma, but you know, it definitely is something. I'm just trying to like focus on energy recharge at the moment, as you can kind of see here. But you know, whenever I see HP, I try to slap it on there. So I only have the the 2-piece tenacity and 2-piece severed fate at the moment when it comes to what artifact set he's running, just so he can get that extra energy recharge and stuff like that. But I probably should at some point just go with a full tenacity build and slap in an energy recharge artifact, and then just keep the rest of it like HP or whatever, just so You know, it's just a lot more feasible, and plus, I can get that you know, the 4-piece set effect, which is to not only like increase the attack of party members and stuff like that by 20%, but the strength, the shield strength will be, you know, a lot more, you know, better. It seems like so. Probably the better one in the long run. Because otherwise, I'm not getting much of either one, I guess. So if I had to pick one, I'd probably just go with the tenacity, just because of the HP thing, because he is based off of HP. So that's just my thought process about it at the moment. By the way, it was really nice to get Toma more higher constellations, because, you know, when he was first out with, I think, Hu Tao's banner, I wanted to get Toma more instead of Hu Tao, which is funny because I got Hu Tao by the end of it, and I barely got Toma at all. Like, I think I just got C1 Toma or something like that, but I got way more Toma, and then so I'm now at C5 with Toma, so pretty cool. Pretty nice. Out of trying to get Yaimiko and stuff like that, and yeah, so I do like Toma so far as a support unit. I think he's cool. I do like his ult or his burst and his skill. So especially when I pair him up with Diona, so like, you know, I can have like double shield and stuff like that, which is kind of funny. But other than that, I really definitely need to work on him with his support stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it on Toma. I would like to build him just like, you know, all the other support units I have at some point. But let's see. Yeah, so let's stick with the list here and go with Yaimiko, which I managed to get her after what, like around 80 pulls ish. I think it was like 78 or something like that, but pretty much 80 pulls altogether from that banner alone. But the reason why I was able to kind of like get pity and stuff like that pretty easily was because I already pulled on Arataki Ito's banner even after getting him. So because I was trying to get Goro, more of Goro's stuff, more constellations, but not to no avail. I only got like two constellations for Goro. But with that said, though, I mean, it was building up a lot of pity. So that's why by the time I got to Yaimiko, I just did like what, around 14 or 20 pulls at the most to activate the pity, and I lost that 50-50 pity with Jean. But after 60 more pulls, I think I was able to get her relatively early from, you know, the pity or something like that, but because it usually activates around 75-ish. But I think I got her a little early, luckily. So I was able to get her within the gems I got, so pretty lucky on that one. So I didn't have to spend any more money on it, which I spent a total of, well, just with the crystal money, just $50. I've been spending money on the battle pass and the welcome moon and stuff like that, so it was like what, like $15 a month. So with the crystals or whatever, I've only spent $50 so far, so all things considered pretty good. But anyway, I got Yaimiko gladly, and this is where she's at right now with attack and all that stuff. Defense is pretty low. She is a glass cannon, so she is very squishy, so you do want to put a shield on her or just use her more like a sub DPS more than anything. But I try to use her as a main DPS because she's not that bad there, but it's just that don't get hit. That's the only problem with Yaimiko. So I just have Zhongli's shield to take care of that. Right now with her weapon, she is using the Oathsworn Eye, which is the free weapon from the 3 realms that you get by the end of it. Pretty good. I got all the refinements and stuff like that, so she does have a maximum of energy recharge of 48% at the most after using her elemental skill for 10 seconds, but it's still really good because she needs energy recharge to get her ult up more constantly. So because her ult costs like what, 90 or something like that, which is, yeah, 90, which is pretty high. So you definitely want a lot of the energies and gather that as much as you can. So yeah, I have all her talents up by 6 or whatever, level 6. So because I haven't unlocked the boss till now, I got the boss unlocked recently, but I haven't played that one just yet with my units. So I'm just kind of waiting for the weeklies to recycle or whatever, reset, and I'm gonna definitely focus on her along with the rest of the bosses that I need to fight for the rest of my units. But so far, I think my I wanted to share this too. I guess my quick first impressions on Yamiko. I think she's a pretty good unit, but she's definitely like nothing like meta breaking or anything like that. She's just an electro DPS unit who can be also be a sub DPS unit depending on how you want to build her or how you want to use her or whatever. I think she's just fine either one. You just got to be careful when you're using her as a main DPS because she's very squishy, so she'll pretty much die in like 1 or 2 hits, maybe 3 if you're lucky. But with that said, I think she's still a good unit. She can constantly put out electro reactions, so that's why if you want to do like constantly do like overload and superconduct and stuff like that, she's good for that one because you can constantly put out her turrets, which is the Seisho Sakura. Even if that goes away, her skill comes back relatively pretty quick. So that's why you just keep spamming it and stuff like that. And then whenever you have her ult charged up, you can just use that. If her turrets are still up too, because you get bonus damage from there too. That's very important because that's how you really can push Yamiko's potential high up there. They can do a lot of damage because as she levels up, she has crit rate. So that's why it's definitely good to focus or take that into consideration as well. Right now she has almost 50% crit rate. I do want to work on that because some of her artifacts are kind of but her crit damage is definitely more than decent because it's 160 and stuff like that. So over 100%. So yeah, electro recharge is that or energy recharge, excuse me. Actually not that bad either because it's almost 150% and plus the Oathsworn Eye definitely can make her less dependent on the electro batteries like Raiden Shogun and Fischl, so I can just use that weapon. And then whenever I do rock the battery units with her, then I can probably like switch out the weapon for like maybe possibly a better one like Lost Prayer that I have. But it's still not built at the moment, so I just have to keep leveling that up and possibly get better results that way. Although because of the main stat is attack percentage, I don't know, I could it's kind of hard for me to change out that weapon because of I get this raw 2200 almost 2300 attack stat. So I don't know, maybe it might be better in the long run to just run this one instead of with Sith because while it is really cool for like 10 seconds, the rest of it you're kind of just like okay, you're just, you know, yeah, you do have higher crit damage, so that maybe it could help, but other than that, it's kind of like whatever. It's kind of a gimmick. Like if you can kill within 10 seconds, that's really awesome, but you know, you have to wait for 20 seconds to, you know, get that back. So, which is like valuable time in the Spiral Abyss. So I don't know how to feel about that. Granted, I don't have this maxed out, sure, but even then, it's, I don't know. I mean, it's good for on the field and stuff like that if you want to get rid of units there really quickly. But I just rather have this because I can literally have this constantly like keep rocking the effect because of the requirements for it. It's just elemental skill for every 10 seconds or whatever, and it increases the energy recharge for, you know, by 48%, which is really good for Yamiko. But I don't know, maybe this could be a better alternative, like an easier alternative for me. The Solar Pearl, I found it to be in my end less practical because while sometimes I do get good damage, there are times where I just want to like get my skill out there instead of like doing the normal attack, and I lose out on the effect here at sometimes because you have to hit the normal attack to, you know, set off the, you know, 30% bonus damage for elemental skill and burst. But if you do the other way around, it's only going to focus on her normal attacks. So unfortunately, that's not going to be feasible for me anyway. It's 6 seconds too, so it's pretty short. So you have to like constantly attack with her. And but if you don't mind it, it's really great. Yeah. of course. And of course, it's crit rate main stat focused. Because she's already growing with crit rate, I feel like that's kind of a waste of a main stat, in my opinion. I'd rather have crit damage then. But I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. And then maybe that would mean I would have to worry less about having less crit rate on my substats. But yeah, I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. But I guess it all depends on how your artifact sets are or substats are. So that could definitely be a factor too. So there's a lot of variation. You know, it really all depends on what your artifacts are, the quality of them. You know, all that stuff. I think that plays a lot in your overall DPS with these sort of characters. So anyway, I am doing a lot of talking because this is my first account sort of showcasing or journal. So that's why I'm getting all this stuff out of the way. So that way the next time, you know, I do another video, I don't really have to mention it. So, but yeah, that's just kind of where I am so far with Yamiko. I think she's been really fun to use. I can get pretty good damage. The highest I've gotten with her burst was 44k, and then plus all the other damage that comes with it too. So, pretty good unit. Definitely if you have like good artifacts and, you know, the right weapon for her too. But good news is that she has options. She has this weapon, this weapon, this weapon, this weapon. This one's pretty good too because it's elemental mastery, and she can use elemental mastery as part of her damage bonus if you want to, or if this is the only thing you got. That's another option. This could potentially be another option too if you're really in a pinch. But definitely not the best one up there. You're better off like maybe even I think even this might be a better option, honestly, because you get a lot of recharge. So there's that. I have not seen too much of this mentioned, but this could be a potential one too. If you're in a pinch, it's just more DPS because you're just shooting out more bolts based off of your attack. There's that option. If you want a more simple like route, I guess, of attack, because otherwise something like this you always have to throw out a normal attack and then you rotate into your elemental skill and then your burst, rather than just rush into the elemental burst and then or skill and then burst and then skill again, because that's how she works. Because otherwise this is like super just easy and yet effective sort of way. Not the best, of course, it's not the top, but it's so accessible that I'd rather just run this than so something like Solar Pearl, for example. Not a bad weapon again, but for my style, I'd rather just use this because I don't have to really think about it. So, and sometimes, you know, you can't, it's hard to keep track of like 6 seconds, you know what I mean? So, you know, I don't know when to normal attack again, but you know, that's kind of the situation. And plus this is giving out good damage too, so it'll only be better once I get more of these stuff leveled up. So I'll definitely meet my like satisfactory numbers. But sorry about that. I like talking about this sort of stuff. But here are my artifacts for Yamiko for right now. I got this energy recharge really high up. She got elemental mastery and crit damage decently high. The sands I did get this one pretty lucky because her crit damage is pretty high up. Her crit rate could have been higher up, but you know, it is what it is. This is a gladiator sands, and then this one too, similar story. Decently high crit damage, okay, and then crit rate, okay, and then there's a HP percentage, so it's like but not the best, but it's something. This one, crit damage main base or main stat, but the defense substat definitely sucked out of the crit rate luck I could have gotten. So that's why it's definitely, again, not the best. I have to work on this one to order to get a different crown from the Thunder Fury artifact set. And this one was really solid. You know, I got decent attack percentage. Crit rate's pretty kind of low, but whatever. Elemental mastery, she can use that as a bonus. And energy recharge, you know, it's like a all around good one for her because she uses every single every single thing of those substats in her kit. And then yeah, we're back here. So to clarify, her set right now is just a 2-piece Gladiator and a 2-piece Thundering Fury, which is a pretty simple build. More attack and more electro damage. At some point, I would like to run the full Thundering Fury because of her the reaction bonus is 40%, which is kind of cool. And that'll probably be with Oathsworn. It's probably with the lack of energy recharge there. Although then again, she doesn't have a recharge artifact effect or anything like that, so I can only rely on it from here. But it really depends on all the artifacts that I do get from Thundering Fury and stuff like that, so we have to wait and see about those ones. But yeah, she's C0, nothing special. She's, I'm a pretty low budget player, so that's why I don't go too crazy with these units and stuff like that, or I don't have any anything crazy going on. Yeah, so that's her max HP. Elemental Mastery is still kind of lowish, but it's only a bonus anyway, so don't sweat it. But her attack is pretty satisfactory for what I have right now, so it's all right. So I can only do this and stuff like that to get her up there more, and plus possibly running this one will be better in the long run because higher crit rate might be better in the long run to proc more crit damage instead of worrying about energy recharge, because I'm probably going to run her with Riding Shogun anyway, so probably doesn't matter by the end of it, or official, or both. So double the energy recharge, right? So but yeah, overall she's cool. I do like her. I don't regret pulling her and stuff like that, spending my free mode gems, I'd be more than happy to rock her and stuff like that. Because yeah, this is my current team for right now with the Yaimiko. So I am running Riding Shogun still, even with Yaimiko running the Oathsworn weapon, because I do like getting burst up with the rest of my units, like Sayu and Zhongli. This is my field team, so I don't use them for the Abyss. I have Zhongli, of course, and then Raiden, Yaimiko, and then I probably switch out her for Jean if I'm doing the Abyss. But anyway, I think that's all I got for the major stuff. Yeah, so when it comes to like other weapons, I forgot what I got. Maybe if I bring this up. Well, I guess might as well show off this part too, because I haven't shown any of these yet for this or any of these account journal videos. So yeah, this is all I got for right now as a low budget player. Right, I've managed to get lucky with these 5-star weapons. I've gotten the Engulfing Lightning for Raiden Shogun, and then the Red Horn for Arataki Ito. And then Wolf's Gravestone along the way. This one's also from the story banner, or the base banner, or whatever. This one was from base banner as well. This one's also, well, no, actually this was from one of the weapon banners. I forget which one it was, but I got this one before, and I was very sad. But then I was able to get, I think it was this one. I think it was the Red Horn. I got very lucky, so yeah. That was pretty funny. But yeah, I wish it would show you like where you got it from. That would be kind of neat, but I guess that is what it is. But yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got for the gold weapons right now. Rest of them, of course, I've been using all the purple weapons, 4-star weapons right here for most of my units. So yeah, I definitely need to get this one up though. I managed to get another one of these. So I only got Refinement rank 2, but it is something, and I probably should build that up for someone like Sayu, because she can generate more white particles that way. So that is better, and that's better for the long run. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for right now. I don't want to show off all my units, because otherwise it'll take up too much time. But over time I'll show off all my units. But yeah, one last one, I guess, is Arataki Ito, because recently I did get better artifacts for him. So this is pretty good. As he proudly stomps his way. But anyway, crit rate is over 50%, so it's like almost 60, and his crit damage is almost 200, so it's is pretty good. Plus, his energy recharge is not bad, all things considered, which is on 120. Plus, I have batteries like Goro and Jin to cover that. His attack is that 1200, right? 12.500, and then you have his defense though. His defense gotten up higher, so that means he's gonna be a much better unit than before. Previously, I think it was like 2500, but because of better artifacts, I got it up to 2700 now. So pretty damn good, all things considered, because he is defense based. He is also Constellation 0, so his talents are pretty high up there. I managed to crown this one, of course, because it's pretty badass. So I just wanted to get all the damage out of this one, so I crowned it. I'm probably gonna crown this part too, because that's pretty important, in my opinion. I don't know about the cow, but probably wind up crowning the cow because it does ridiculous damage even right now when he's in the Oni mode or whatever, when he's using his elemental burst. Pretty ridiculous, especially when his crit goes off and Goro and all those buffs happen and come into play. But here are his artifacts for right now. I'll show off his for today. This one is probably by far the worst, but at least defense percentage is helping out. Of course, I have this one, which is higher defense, great damage, and energy recharge, so that helps. And, you know, crit rate, main stat, because he already has a lot of crit damage going on, so I might as well, you know, just throw on the crit rate in there, because his weapon, the Red Horn, is crit damage main stat, so that's pretty good. Flower that he has is high, that's where he gets the high crit damage coming from. Defense is pretty high, and crit rate is the low, pretty low, but whatever. Elemental mastery, yeah, that's probably the one that's holding it back from being like a pretty crack artifact, but for what it is, it's really good for Arataki Ito. This one could be better too. Two of the main stats are substats are useful, which is, or I guess 3, but or 2.5, I should say. Defense percentage, attack percentage, that helps. Even though, yeah, he is defense based, but it still helps. And of course, defense flat number right there, 23, and the elemental mastery is kind of cucking it quite a bit. But hey, it's something. Sands, that's where his a lot of his crit damage is coming from too, 27%, so pretty damn good. Other than that, rest of it is pretty garbo. So he definitely could have better artifacts under his belt, but it's pretty damn solid even with that though. So definitely a high investment unit, but once you get it up there, he's pretty damn good. He can like shred people like butter, like hot knife through a butter. So especially thanks to this weapon, you know, high crit damage, 88%, crazy. That is super crazy. So even if one of your artifacts are cracked, just one of them, it already puts it up there over 100%. So pretty damn good. Plus the effect, which is defense, is increased by 28%, right? And then his normal attack also is based off of normal attack and charge attack are going to get buffed by how much defense he has. So it's like, you know, all the more defense and stuff like that. So this is definitely his weapon for the most part. You could use it for Noel, but who's going to do that? I mean, if you get Arataki Ito, you'd want this weapon too, but who would just roll for just the weapon, right? If you get Arataki Ito, you definitely, you know, it'd be nice to have the weapon. I don't know how many people who roll for the weapon alone without Arataki Ito, but I don't know. That's just me anyway. So yeah, of course, he has the full main set for the Husk set, so that means his defenses are only going to go up there. It stacks more. His Geo damage is going to go up there. So pretty much like when he's hitting with the normal attack, I think, or no, Geo attack, which means when he's throwing out the Ushi and his burst, pretty much that's when his stacks go up there too. So that's pretty much all I have for today. I think it's been a pretty long video. I do apologize for that, but this is my first one, so there's definitely a lot to say. I think next time I'll show off more of my account along the way, but I definitely did want to show off all the new stuff that happened to my account for this time around. So yeah, that's all I have for right now. So again, I'll show off the rest of my team and all that stuff. I mean, I guess I might as well show off Arataki Ito's team, which is here. Number 1 right here. So I have Zhongli, of course, Goro, Yunjin, and of course Arataki Ito at the anchor here. I always have this in a specific order, so my shield character is always first, and then my support units are right here. Usually I have my healing unit on the 3rd slot, and then I have my attack unit on the DPS unit on the anchor. So the 4th one, that's where I usually have them at. So it's pretty funny, you know, but it might be better to have them at the 3rd slot maybe for the DPS unit, so that way I can just like literally rotate around my D-pad to switch around my units. But yeah, this is how I usually go anyway, so that's just how I do it. But anyway, that's all I got. So pretty much that is all I got for this account journal video. This is my first one again, so it's pretty long, so I did have a lot to say, but hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll do more of these for every major update for Genshin Impact, and yeah, so maybe monthly. Maybe this will be my new monthly vlog video. I don't know, but anyway, well, I'll play around with it more, but anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. Really appreciate it, guys. And if you have any comments, if you have any questions or anything like that about Genshin Impact, I'll try to do my best to answer them. And yeah, a lot of fun stuff. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit the bell. That really helps out also, and I do appreciate it as well. So this has been my account showcase / journal video for as of February 2022, with the Yaimiko banner still up and stuff like that. So that's just where I am right now. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Sean out.